everybody, I met a lot of people today said, why are you, I see you on Fox News, you're always so emotional, and I see you screaming at Congress. Because I wake up every day pissed off. I wake up every day pissed off because we gave this administration the most secure border in my lifetime. And the data proves it. Illegal immigration was down 83 to 90%. A record. No one's ever accomplished that. Illegal immigration was down a 45-year low. Now, you heard my video. I worked for 6 presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. Every president I've ever worked for said they took actions to try to secure the border. Even Clinton and Obama took actions to secure the border. No one did more than President Trump. But President Biden is the first president in the history of this nation who came in office and unsecured a border. And that pisses me off. Because when you unsecure the border, people die. Now, I see the White House moron, the spokesperson, and Jen Psaki before her, they'll say, the Trump administration's inhumane policies. You guys, you're inhumane, you're racist. And our policy is much more humane. That's a bunch of bullshit. Because let me tell you the truth. Under President Trump, Doctors Without Borders did a study. They said 31% of women that make that journey get sexually assaulted. Now, I've talked to girls as young as 9 years old when I was a special agent that was raped multiple times by the criminal cartels of Mexico. They're animals. And when you sit down and talk to a 9-year-old little girl and look in her eyes, and every bit of humanity's been stolen from her, everything innocent, it breaks your heart. And it pisses me off because when President Trump had illegal immigration down 83% to 90%, depending on what time frame you looked at, how many women weren't being raped? How many children weren't dying? How many pounds of fentanyl didn't make it in the country to kill Americans? How many known suspected terrorists didn't get in the country because our border was secure? President Trump's policies were not inhumane. They saved lives. President Biden wants to say the policies are more humane. Let me set the record straight. Over 1,700 migrants have died on U.S. soil since Joe Biden's been president. 1,700 migrants have died on U.S. soil. A record. Over 100,000 Americans have died from fentanyl overdoses. A record. ICE has more sex trafficking investigations of women and children this year than the last 6 years combined. A record number of women and children being sex trafficked. And the thing that bothers me the most, on top of all those terrible things, a record number of known suspected terrorists have been arrested trying to enter this country. Don't tell me his policy is humane. They're killing people at record numbers. They're killing migrants at record numbers. They're killing Americans at record numbers. Bottom line, President Trump was one badass president.
Because the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that